Alrighty, welcome back to Elden Ring and Uncrowned Corruption. I hope that everybody's been having a wonderful time. Hope that y'all have been living life to the fullest as best as you can, considering the state of the world right now. We got another day, another dollar. We're gonna start by doing a port. I'm gonna switch it to daytime, morning. And then we're gonna do night bosses in Caelid. So if you're new to this, new to what I'm doing, I'm gonna run through kind of the build that I'm working with right now. We got a Moonveil, a Demi-Human Staff until we can get Carrion Regal Scepter and 60 Int, which will come after we hit 40 Vig, so we got another 13 levels in Vigor, which will put us at 76. And then by about 106, which should be right after Deep Root Depths, I believe, is where I'll be able to get that. We will be using the Carrion Regal Scepter because I don't want to put in more into this until I get the end for it. So it'll be a little bit, but this is, from what I understand, one of the best stabs. And then in this hand, we got the Cold Misericord, the Sacred Uchikatana, or the Cold Morning Star, depending on what I want to do. Then in this hand, we got the Buckler, because parrying is great, and Arbalist or Hornbow, depending on what I need. If I need to aim better, I typically go with, the Hornbow because it's a bow that shoots further. And Arbalist is if I just need an offhand, I need to interrupt somebody weapon. Or in the case of Caelid, at least, we got the Beast Repellent Torch that goes in either hand depending on what I need at the time. And then we got the bolts that scale with magic. They don't say scaling with magic, but they have magic damage on them, so they scale with it a little. I got the gold scarab on right now because I'm not using sorceries as much as I could be, and increases runes obtained. It's basically a gold pickle paddlefoot on 24/7. We got that in one of the last couple episodes, I believe. I may end up switching to Winged Sword Insignia or back up to Graven School eventually, maybe. Same with Radagon Icon, I might be doing it eventually. I'm not sure. I could use any of the Cerulean talismans that we have. Got the Carrion Filigree chest because I'm using Moonveil, and upgrade on Sheath Go Burr, and then Green Turtle Talisman because it's just good considering I'm melee most of the time. Spells wise, I have a lot of options for spells that I could use, but Magic Glint Blade is one of my go-tos for dodging targets. This is acting as my lantern because I like the blue light better than the orangish light from the actual lantern or most of the torches. I'm using Night Shard just until I can get Night Comet, maybe. I may stick with Night Shard. We got Night Maiden's Mist, which is another one that I'm going to be using eventually, probably when I fight Gideon, because it's a really easy cheese strat. Glintblade Phalanx, because it's just good. Same with the Great Blade Phalanx. Both of these are ones that I might use. And if I want to end up going into a full magic build and just using sorceries, Carrion Slicer and Piercer are both really good options that I'm potentially using. And then Gravity Well just to pull people in if I want to. So that's the primary use of our build. I haven't been using many rune arcs because I honestly don't have many and I die more often than I'd like to admit. So that's the build for those of you that are just kind of joining in just now. I highly recommend that you actually go back and you watch a lot of the other content that I've done, because there's a lot of good content and a lot of stuff that I've covered. Some of it feels more like walkthrough videos, some of it feels just more like raw gameplay, but that all is kind of subjective. and not really that open-ended for interpretation, but there's a lot that I've done and there's a lot that I plan to do. I do plan to go through all of the base game and all of the DLC eventually. As of right now, I'm just kind of going through and taking out as much of the things that I remember is here as possible, and kind of going from there. So, if at any point you're watching and are like, you missed something, right? Please tell me because I probably don't know, or it's probably a thing of, oh yeah, that does exist, doesn't it? Speaking of not having enough rune arcs, there's another one. So, we got a lot that we're doing this episode, so just kind of hold on tight to your britches and try to keep up because there's not a lot that I can do to slow it down much to speak of. Because I want to try and cram as much content into a video as possible for you guys. I don't want us to go back on this and go, oh, he's just so far behind where he should be. Do I one of these open? Oh, I'm dumb. There's a hole here. Some of these areas I haven't been in for the most part. Man, that would have been great. I'm trying to do a skip here just so that I don't have to, my feet can get onto the wall. Alright, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna go through it the long way then. We should be able to get a plus 10 not long after we get into Rum, because I think there's actually a plus 10 in mountaintops. Man, if I could just get the Vulgar Malicious, that'd be a really good weapon. Like, I unironically like that weapon. I believe it's a halberd with one of the better movesets. In the game. I'm half tempted to go to Moog after this instead of Leyendell. Like, it's a thought that I had, but I'm not sure if we'd be high enough level for Moog, because I feel like Moog should be done after we get done in Mountaintops. Like, it's a thought that I had. Or isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Come here. Bruh. It rolled the wrong way because it wouldn't unlock. Okay, that's where we came from. I'm gonna try and remember to make sure I can go through all of these little cages for all the loot. 'Cause if I remember correctly, there's like rune arcs and such in some of these, or a weapon or something. I know it's important to make sure that we go through all of them. I just don't remember why. Fair enough. Man, there was nothing even in there. Wakizashi, which is honestly a really good weapon. It's one of the better daggers that you can get, and one of the first daggers you can get, honestly, if you aren't afraid to just run around some. Because it takes 2 stone sword keys to get it. And that's just pretty dope. Rocks. Light. Goodbye, Duelist. Future Corpse Ashes, kinda bad, not gonna lie. But it's ashes, so. Daily of Eokide, kinda bad, not gonna lie. Glowstone. Then there's a fort over there too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there is a fort there, so we're gonna ride along here. I'm gonna put my beast repellent torch on. If you don't know what the beast repellent torch is, because I'm sure at least some of you that are watching haven't played Elden Ring, I did display it in one of my last videos, but again, sometimes people just don't pay attention. I'll pay attention. Alright. It repels beasts, as the name suggests. So it's a pretty good weapon, all in all. Like, it's one of the better torches, in my opinion. Even, like, based on raw damage. Of course, the steel wire torch is superior in almost every regard. This, in and of itself, isn't a bad weapon. Like, a bad choice. If I remember correctly, there's a ball around. If I haven't gotten this patch before. Which I might have. Looks like I had, so we're just gonna move on. This area doesn't have anything that I care about outside of one spell and just getting up into it. So we're gonna go over here and grab the incant. which is a pretty popular one for most people. It's not one that I'm going to personally use because I'm a sorcery guy, not an in-camp guy. Oh, I'm just dead. Sick, I lived with fucking 1 HP when that went off. Holy shit. I lived through that, which is actually impressive to me. Because I had the torch out and you can't backstab with torches. Like it viscerals or anything. So I had to switch to my katana, and I didn't think that I'd get the backstab in time. But I did with 1 fucking HP left to spare. Um, will this reach? It will. Bitch. I just don't want to fight him normally. Because, like, I came down here just to display how absolutely nothing there is in this area. Down here aside from 1 room. So, aside from killing him for Lion's Claw, which is only good if you're doing like a greatsword build and really, really want to use the big Unga Bunga stick of a greatsword, like the greatsword, which is technically a colossal weapon in this game, because couldn't fucking decide on what a greatsword should be. Or even call it what it is, which is and fuck you. Star Search Heirloom, which is 5 more points of strength. Those of you that care, which all you strength boys will, some at least. Maybe not a lot, but you'll care a little. About as much as I did the first time that I found it, probably, if I had to guess. Guitar used to be goated, from what I understand. I've never actually used it myself, but I've heard that it's really good. So one of these days I might do a build using fist weapons. So keep an eye out on that. Probably the one that I do the Dung Eater ending on. Because another thing, if you're new to this channel, I've talked about it in some of my older videos. Uh, I do plan to get every ending in the game. I plan to get every item that I can think of in the game. Plan to do everything that I can in this game during doing base game and DLC for all of it. Maybe not DLC for ending specific runs, but I do plan to do that all. I may not even do the DLC on this run, if I'm being completely honest, because this is an ending specific run that I'm doing. By the way, that's how you skip the Radon Great Bridge. I haven't killed Radon yet, so we're not going to be doing that. Yeah, I can be a furry for this. This could be a bad idea since I believe this is Dragon Barrow scaling. But we're gonna try this anyway. Oh, I was mid-roll. Damn. Checkmate, I guess, bro. How do I want to play this guy? I don't know if I want to do the stance break potential that he has of two parries and then it'll go down. Because honestly, that's a pretty risky play. I don't know if it's worth doing that just because of how risky it is. Hmm. And I don't really have a lot of spells that I can use for him just because of how mobile he is. And I'd rather do this. So uh, I think I have the Bloodhound Step Ash of War. It's not on me. So chest. I put a lot of my Ashes of War in here. Raptor of the Mist. Do I not have Bloodhound Step? Unless it's on a weapon that I put up that one off the. It's not? Well, did we not cheese the Knight's Cav over here? Let's make it night. We might not have cheesed the Knight's Cav over here. It might have been a thing that I wasted too much time on during setup or just forgot about during setup. But I'm pretty sure we did it. We should have done it. And if we haven't, we're going to now because that's a goated Ash of War that I need. Yeah, it looks like we did it. Am I dumb? Did I overlook it? Yeah, he'd be there if we didn't have him. Because I'm pretty sure we've cheesed all the cheesable bosses so far. Drag Blade, Sacred Blade, and Wild Strikes. So chest. Lion's Claw can go over. Lion's Claw, Repeating Thrust, Double Slash, Sword Dance, Unsheath, Raptor the Mist, Storm Stomp, Germ Color, Storm Assault, Giant Punch, Square Off, Determination, the Magic set, the Holy set, the Occult set. There it is. I put it on the whip because it's pretty light. Alright. Let's go try this guy one more time. I'm going to use a one-handed katana and Bloodhound Step for navigation. Like if he's doing something that I just need to get away from. Okay, I can't use it. Dead. Yep. Okay, so I just can't use that. I might as well have. I think I have Vow of the Indomitable. Total Shield. If I don't have a Great Shield. We can put that in there. I'm going to be using this weapon. I don't particularly want to cheese him though. Like, could I? Absolutely, I could. But I don't particularly want to. Could use Contagious Fury. Oh, could do the Wakizashi. If I'm gonna do the parry build though, I'd want the Cold Misericord. Which could be good anyway. An offhand dagger is typically pretty good. So I could do that. Just to get frost on him. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Ah, I didn't run fast enough. Turn stun fucked me there. Damn, I should have rolled so that I could turned and rolled instead of trying to turn and run. Turn stun just fucked me. Alright. But we did really good with that. So I think that's the strat with this guy. Oh, I'm all sorts of oh. Oh. That was the wrong weapon. Oh, I dodged too early on that and I was at the wrong angle to dodge again and get out of it. Oh well. I think that was even closer. I think it was at least. Not completely sure. Also, leave a comment down below if you want longer episodes or if you want more episodes. And he would not fucking let me breathe. Holy. Bro did everything in his power to say, no, no breath for you. Just fuck you, that's why. That was kind of ridiculous, not gonna lie. Do I want to do Opaline tier? Opaline bubble tier? Because I have Magic Shrouding and not Crystal tiers. Oh, I shouldn't have taken the half second to two-hand. Do I care about 6k enough to keep going back out for it, or do I want to just focus on him? I think I'm just going to focus on him. We'll try him about 2 more times, and then we'll go do other ones. Because we have a good setup, but it could just be a thing of just need more base damage from the Misericord. With Ugh. We could have gotten him if he had just done the shield slam again. I feel like we had that one in the bag, but he decided not to for some reason. Do I want to do a different cold dagger so that I can use the Misericord for Rufus's? Because I think this sells the base dagger for like a reasonable price. Because all that I need it for is cold damage. And if I can get something else, how much? 400? Yeah, that's really reasonable. I have a lot of really low level runes that I can use. I could level it up to plus 6. So I'd need 12 of those, which is 2,400, 12 of those, which is 4,800, so 7,200. It's going to be easier just to do it this way. Because those are the exact prices. And I'm going to head over to Easy, and that should be enough for this.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
Alright, let's do. I don't particularly care what it has on it. Just do Storm Stomp. I'm gonna make it night here, so that when I teleport over there, I can just get right into it. That was the wrong teleport. But have we fought this chick yet? I actually don't know if we've done the invasion here. No, we haven't. Alright. I was just off tempo for that. Holy. Alright, but we have some good ideas for how we're gonna do this build. Do the build for that guy. We're not gonna waste too much more of your guys' time, because I highly doubt that you are watching this just to watch me fail out one boss over and over and over again for the majority of the last half of the episode. So let's go to Knight's Cab, and then we're going to do Gravebird. Probably back to back if I'm being honest. Oh, your flail. I don't know if you can parry flails. Poison Moth Flight. Really good Ash of War. Comes on the Serpent Bone Katana, I believe. Where's the Deathbird over here? There he is. I'm gonna go rest at Grace over here real quick. I don't want to deal with Sir Squawks a lot. And in doing so, I can do this. Oh, oh, that's what that attack was. Okay. Whew, I was so confused. God, that lump fucked me. That lump of rot just screwed me royally. Holy crap. Oh, I straight up didn't know what I was getting hit. I knew I was getting hit by something, but I couldn't get out of it. So I was legitimately going, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, and trying to move. Oh, I was still too close? Huh. Yeah, it's worth having the Faith Not Crystal tier on. Gotta make it night again. That is one of the few things that I don't like, is if you die during night, it just auto switches it to morning. So why the fuck did he do that so early? That usually happens much later. What? That micrometer that I touched it killed me? Okay, wow. That shit's just bullshit top to bottom. Alright. That was a scuffed run anyway. Oh, Fripp, he's attacking me. Good night. That's pokey pokey. Ba-dum. Trying to think if there's any other night bosses. Can't remember. Because I don't want to end this without getting all the night bosses. Hold on, I'm gonna look on Extra Life and make sure there's no more night bosses in Caelid. Aside from that bell-bearing hunter. Bosses. Caelid. Bosses in Caelid. Come on, show me the boss list. Use that. One ball bearing hunter. It's a death right bird. There's a knight's cav. Okay, so no, aside from that bell bearing hunter, there's not anymore, and we're gonna do that again when we get up here after Landel, because this area is much harder than Caelid, so we're probably gonna do it later. Um, yeah, I think we'll actually leave the episode here. So I'm gonna teleport over to Redmane Castle, and next episode we'll just knock out Radahn. Probably it'll take the whole episode. If it doesn't, then there's a catacomb over here-ish that is Dragon Barrow scaling, and we'll start with it, I think. And then we'll go do Hughes. So if y'all are enjoying watching me suffer and play through this, make sure you check out my other videos. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next episode. So until then, bye bye.